This is a News 12 special report.
New York City under attack from unidentified forces. We join Claire Strauss live on the scene.
Jim, it's crazy out here. I have never seen anything like this. The streets are filled with debris. There are bodies. We're just trying to take cover. Oh, did you see that? Where's Captain America? Oh, this is horrible. The attackers, they seem to be coming out of nowhere. We've had unconfirmed reports that the Punisher is missing in action. Jim, are you getting this? Is that the Hulk? Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on.
So as I was moseying around on Google, because I'm in the process of rewatching all of the Marvel films for the 4th time, I believe. Yeah, I got time. I came across this gem. It may not be a gem, but I came across this game that I never even heard of. I've never even heard anyone mention it. And I get a lot of people commenting some old games, and I've never heard of this one. The name of this game is called Marvel Nemesis, Rise of the Imperfects. This was a fighting game that was developed for the PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube, Nintendo DS, and PlayStation Portable. This actually ties into the Nemesis comic book series. I believe that was created exactly to go in correlation with this game, you know, with EA and Marvel, which was the first game EA and Marvel collaborated on back in 2005 up until 2007. Now, which is ironic since they restarted their relationship obviously here recently with EA working on the next Iron Man game, which I would imagine is going to be light years better than this one. It was released in North America in September 2005. The game focuses on the Marvel comic characters facing a new team of supervillain known as the Imperfects. So the game has obviously some of the OG, the characters that we all love and know: Wolverine, Venom, Iron Man, Magneto, Storm. But EA created their own, you know, superheroes as well that they added to the game, which I'm sure you'll be able to tell who is who. And so the combat is actually simplified in favor of allowing the player for greater movement. When I first watched the gameplay, that's what I was most impressed about, was how much movement, and just you're not just like a 2D side scroller. I mean, you can kind of move around similar to like Smash Brothers or something like that. And it looked pretty good from a 2005 game on the freaking GameCube, in my opinion. And the game also had like fatalities, like finishing moves, like Mortal Kombat as well too. Like, so each superhero had their own like finishing move. The one I found the most fascinating was Storm's. Yo, check this out. I wanted to play this game myself. Of course, I didn't have time to find the game online, buy a GameCube, do this, do that. I found a playable version on PC for free that ran like absolute dog shit, as you're seeing here. I was trying to use a keyboard and mouse, and it was very, very janky. Now, once you get past all the nostalgia and all the Reddit threads, and this is my childhood, blah, 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 you get down to the meat of it. And the meat of it, pause, no diddy. Most people said that the game was always janky. The controls was very, very terrible. The story was ass, and it was just an overall letdown of a superhero game. Again, if you played this game, if you have fond memories of this game, please let me know. But again, I'm in the mix, and I've never in my life heard of this game, seen this game. I never even saw this art. So please let me know, because I am so excited to find a game that I literally didn't know about and to see that it's had a whole thing going. But as for the story, so Daredevil was in trouble. He called Elektra for help. Now, you know, Jennifer Garner is not picking up that phone for Ben Affleck these days, but of course, back then, she definitely would have. Finds him on the Daily Bugle building where he fights her. She defeats him and removes an alien device from the back of his neck, then releases him from the control of the One Now's Van Rokel, who then opens up the portal to let the Imperfects into the city to fight the heroes. Then all of the the heroes. So then all the other heroes find more alien devices, and they fight any infected that they can find. A girl named Maya trains to fulfill Raquel's goal to create the best and most deadly warrior. She begins destroying different alien devices. As training continues, she takes on the name Paragon. So she's fighting, she finds her way out the city, then finally Magneto finds her. And of course, you know, Magneto is always on that smoke shit. He finds a mutant or superhero, he wanted him to join the cause. So then he used the alien device to end up controlling her. She gets saved. She has a religious experience and realizes she doesn't want the smoke. She's not as evil as she thought she was. So now she's going back to defeat Raquel. Raquel reveals that he is an alien and is responsible for all the widespread invasions. Maya attacks Raquel, kills him by taking away the life force. She ends up stopping the invasion. Once that happens, she joins the other heroes. Happy ever after, she joins the Avengers, or the superheroes on Earth, and they all there congratulating, the credits roll, so on and so forth. That's the plot, that's the story. Nothing crazy. I mean, sound better than a lot of the Marvel shit we've gotten this last few years, besides Deadpool and Wolverine, you know what I'm saying? So Rise of the Imperfects was the first game that Marvel EA partnership from 2004 to 2006, like I said earlier. In addition to, Marvel Comics published a 6-issue comic book limited series written by Greg Pak and drawn by Ronaldo Allum. It was a tie-in and a prequel to the game. Now the funny part is, the comic book and the game, which was basically made for each other, literally contradicts each other from what I'm reading. The two still share the same characters and introduce EA characters with minor details aside, the same background stories and the powers. Now, even though in the comic they suggested that the EA created superheroes was technically a part of the greater, multiverse or the greater Marvel universe, they have yet to appear in any other source material. Why is that? Let me tell you, the game had very poor receptions and very poor sales, so they said, okay, you're not in the Marvel universe, baby. As you can see, I'm very much enjoying this. Oh shit. So at the time the game came out to like very mixed and below average reviews, 53, 58, 54 on Metacritics, so on and so forth, as you can expect. I mean, not the worst compared to some of the shit we seeing these days. I did find that they said that the PSP port is drastically different in both gameplay and style, and it even replaces two characters totally, Human Torch and Daredevil, with Doctor Doom and Captain America. But the reason the game turned out to be so damn bad, at least in the eyes of a lot of people, that EA apparently rushed the developers to crunch the game in order to try to generate some fast sales. And surprise, surprise, even 20 years ago, EA was being EA. But with that being said, overall, it's still a great. Just, if you have time, I'll put the link down in the description below. They have like a 30-minute all cutscene version that I found. It's not the worst that I've seen, and some of the visuals and some of the lines is just so. It's like kind of like Madam Web. It's like bad, but like good bad. You know what I'm saying? Spider-Man still looks good. Iron Man still looks good. So I think it's worth the watch, man. Yeah, and if I was able to bring you something you had no idea about, and you got a chuckle or two, please drop a like on the video. I'm gonna try to do some of these old Marvel games that a lot of us never played or never heard of or just hadn't saw in a long time, in the midst of jumping to like the big AAA releases. So if y'all enjoying that, man, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, man. Be on the lookout, cut on those bell notifications, so we got a lot more heat coming. Until next time, peace.
Oh, this better be good. I don't have much time. Ouch! You're gonna feel that in the morning. You know what we call that? We call that a web-slinging ass-kicking.
Used to say I keep a check. She was all bad, nevertheless. Calling it quits now, baby, I'm a wreck. Crash at my place, baby, you're a wreck. Used to say I keep a check.